Well, I say this that whole thing is it's out of kilter. We need to bring it in a little closer. It's funny. I'm supposed to be in the sun to get vitamin D, and I'm hiding from the sun. My name is Michael Broadnax. I live on the 2500 block of Cumberland Street. I've been here roughly 39 years perhaps. We moved here in 1967 maybe. Very lovely neighborhood then. Still, I would say it's still a lovely neighborhood now. Some little minor changes. House ownerships are changing, as the older generation passes away. Properties get, moved down to the younger generation. So that's who's taking over the block now. I hate my hands in cold water. Yeah. Okay, what we got here today? Favorite pot here, Lady made a peach cobbler. Peach cobbler, I can go for that. Let's go with a paper plate today. Paper versus this, I don't have to wash all the dishes. And I love when I don't wash a lot of dishes. I think I was eating normal type of food because I was working. So I might eat breakfast at home in the morning, go to work. Some days perhaps take a lunch, bologna sandwich, salami sandwich. Because back in that era, we was into the bologna salami stuff and cheese. You see, now we know that's not the good things to eat. It's okay to eat them from time to time, but they shouldn't be ate on a consistent type of basis like we do now. Sometimes a hamburger, cheeseburger from a fast food restaurant. Come home and have a dinner. My mother, I lived with my parents, so my mother would cook a balanced meal, meats, vegetables. But is this hamburger or Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking it was no, I'm thinking it was what's the name? Salmon cake.
What about the school you went to?
Oh yeah, school. I went to Strawberry Mansion as my junior high school. Even though I live here at 26 in Cumberland, Strawberry Mansion is over at 32nd and Ridge. But I had lived at 33rd and Morris, and I was going to Strawberry Mansion, so I didn't want to not use my last year there. From Strawberry Mansion, I went to Dobbins. Dobbins is where I studied a course called Graphic Communication or Offset Printing, and I was trained as a press operator. So my life career has been running printing presses. I say to people, I put ink on paper. That's my main thing. I paint ink on paper.
So is that something that you always wanted to do, or?
Yeah, I think what happened in elementary school, junior high school, I was exposed to developing 35 millimeter pictures, and they had a graphic shop there called Letterpress. Letterpress is the old way that we used to print. Like, you would take a text and stamp it in the ink and stamp it on paper. Y'all might have seen that. But when I was coming up, it was a new generation of printing coming on the market, and it was called offset printing. So I moved from one course to another course, and I was very lucky I did that, because as I got older, I realized that was the new career coming in. I operated what's called an offset printing press. I actually own my own print shop. Me and 3 other people, we in the late 80s, we decided to start our own graphic shop. And I switched from working for someone to working for myself, which was a very interesting experience. The new flying cloud. What name does the picture go with?
Little Sam and the Flying Cloud.
All right, Little Sam and the Flying Cloud.
That Keontae
Mm-hmm.
Payton, she She's the soloist.
All right.
Sam and the Flying Cloud, they are the group.
Okay.
Little Sam and the new Flying Cloud.
Got you.
What a name, what a name. I'll get
We go by names. All right.
Okay, and for the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wants 500 tickets.
500 tickets. Okay.
Yeah. So what the only thing is try to add,
Well,
Keontae
yeah. Add these two names onto the
on
ticket.
that ticket.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, actually, well, hold it. Is it?
I like that ticket. So here we go messing in it now. I like the way all of that was.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah, I'll try to add this on and, keep it in the same family as what's there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know this picture. Okay, I'm gonna send it over with Kenny, and then we'll talk again later on.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now. Going into your own business, it sort of locks you into certain things you may not have thought about. Being dependable, being reliable. You understand your word is your bond. So if you're communicating with customers, you have to be exact on what you say you're going to do and be able to produce what you say you're going to produce when you say you're going to produce it. And the more you get involved with it, you realize it sort of takes you over. You have to reorganize how you go through life now. Going through my working life is what also helped my health problems appear. I work with a blue case that has, Sunday to Sunday, and I'm looking at your bottle, so I'm actually not out of the lisinoprols. Now let me ask, do you remember the shape of your lisinoprols? Was that a square pill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it is.
There we go. I have 2, 4, 6 of those left here. So I'm pretty even with everything.
Okay.
So figure today is Tuesday. I will need to get with you by Monday, let's say.
Okay, well we can, I think tomorrow is going to be okay. Do you want to set up the delivery for tomorrow?
Oh yeah, the sooner the better, yes.
Okay, so we have the 4 then.
Okay.
The Sensipar, renal gel, Lysidipro, and renal salt gel.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, so then we'll call you when we are on our way. It'll probably be sometime around the same time today.
All right. You're in the area of
Or
what?
if I have to do it after I get off, then I'll just call and let you know when it'll be around 7 o'clock.
Okay. How you say it? I'll be here.
And did you need the and you want a bottle of 100 of the laxative?
Oh yes.
And how about the salt? Are you okay with that?
Now I have enough Unisolve to probably go for at least a month because I had just purchased a bottle. So
I'll get it in.
Okay.
I'll have it in for you.
Mhm.
Okie dokie.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right. Bye bye. She's a lovely juxter to call me, don't do deliveries. What more can I ask for? What more can I ask for? And I had more left than I thought I had too. When we're young, we think we're sort of invincible. Nothing will happen to us. We don't get nothing more than a cold. We might not participate in doctor visits like we have. We might miss a visit, cancel a visit. When I got into my business, I started doing crazy stuff like that, not realizing that was probably the worst thing I could have been really doing. I would cancel visits with my doctors. one day I'm going to a doctor visit, and the doctor say, "Michael, I have some bad news for you." I say, "What's that?" He say, "You look like your kidneys are shutting down." And I'm like, "My kidneys are shutting down? What do you mean?" He began to explain to me, my sound effects. He began to explain to me that I have high blood pressure, and I wasn't properly controlling my blood pressure. By me not controlling my blood pressure, it let my kidneys drop in the way it functioned. Till it got to that point where they said you're going to have to go, your kidneys are going to stop working. You have to go on something called kidney dialysis. Go ahead, water left in the house.
Yes, Lenny.
Keep coming now.
Oh, no, yeah, it's the guy with my pills. I need money. Michael, yeah. How you doing? Okay.
Oh, that's why 2 bottles in there, because the Renagels come as 2. I didn't really need Renagels. My kidney loss, let me mention that, I lost the use of my kidneys roughly 12 years ago.
So it's both kidneys or just one?
Both kidneys here. Both my kidneys stopped working. Kidneys is what processes liquids in your body and sends it to your urine tract so you can pee it out, so to speak. That's interesting, the topic we're about to start talking. A lot of people don't like to talk about going to the bathroom, but we need to understand that is one of the most serious things that we do. That's one of the most serious things we do for our body. We put food in, food produces waste, and that waste has to come out of your body. And let's look at that as a process. It has to always function. It's supposed to function real smooth. Every time you eat, if you eat 3 times a day, you should go to the bathroom basically 3 times a day. If you're not going to the bathroom 3 times a day, that means something is backing up in your system. When stuff starts to back up in your system, it affects your health bad. It affects your skin. It affects a lot of things, the way your body works and operates. That seems to be a lot of what I've learned about this. Now, I don't have the use of my kidneys, so right away, I don't urinate waste. As my body produces waste and urination, I can't get rid of it. So I have to go through a process called kidney dialysis. All right, 0. Okay. 61, 60, 59. 59 what? 59 even. 59 even. Now I need to get out sugar kit again. I'm gonna do another check. Get the TV on. Get my book over here. That's my kidney. Listen.
Get your shots in your arm. You have
Yeah, right
two
here.
marks on your arm. Was that there as a patient, or like as you went to
The
dialysis,
Alisage.
it starts to develop?
Yeah, let me explain what I know about these two humps. All right, when we go to dialysis, they put two needles in our arms to take blood out of your body, run through the machine, and then another needle to return the blood. What happens? Oh, I know a very easy way to say this. Look at this like exercise. Every time they push the needle into the vein compensates for that needle being in there. So as time goes on, I've been doing dialysis for like 11 years. When they first dialysized me, my arm was like this one, nice and flat. But as the treatments went on, the humps began to grow because what's happening, the actual vein is getting bigger. So it's like I have what's called a fistula. What that basically means is they join a vein to an artery. They cut the vein and connected it to the artery. This is big vein here is called the artery. These veins are called veins. They connected this to that. It makes the pumping of blood more harder. So that exercises the vein. As the vein gets exercised, it gets bigger. So this is just a reaction of the process that they did to my arm, called a fistula. And it makes a strange sound. It makes a humming sound.
Makes a sound?
Let me see. Put your hand right there, or wherever.
Right here?
No.
On your arm?
Now, do you feel that?
I feel that. Wait, are you doing that yourself? It's just, that's a strong, so basically, yeah, that's a strong vein.
Well, it's strong because they joined another vein to the artery. And that throb you hear is the heartbeat. That's actually when you feel that throb,
So they
that's
don't
the
really
beat of my
they could
heart.
They could just, instead of checking your heart, they could just check right there. Can't they really?
Oh no. Your heart has to be checked.
Yeah.
You know, you have to check your heart, but at least you know the heart is pumping good when you feel that sound.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong.
Pretty strong sound.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Kids love it. I've been around kids that somehow accidentally touched my arm, but they wanted to touch that.
Yeah.
And they would slip and touch down there. And they said, "Your arm is buzzing, mister." I said, "Yeah, my arm is buzzing."
Mouth-watering berry sensation as you chew. New 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.